Welcome to Walk with Elias. I'm your host, Elias J. Williams. And today we're going to take a look at the True Kitchen situation that happened out in Dallas. It's a twerking debacle, and the manager slash owner is under fire for asking black women not to twerk in his restaurant. Now, quick backstory: the gentleman hosted an event. There were some women that were twerking at a table. He walked over, asked them to stop. The response to his order was to then stand on a chair and twerk, and then the owner stopped the event, addressed the entire party there again, asked them to stop twerking, explain why he was asking them to stop twerking, and in the midst of that he said, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. He is receiving backlash for not allowing twerking and for the single use of the word fuck, which deems him as unprofessional. Okay, so uh, we're going to look into that. So take a walk with me. We're going to try to run through this quickly because it's not really worth my brain cells to explain away some of the rhetorics that I've been seeing. So, rhetoric number one. Um, well, here I am. Here's a video of me at a fancy white restaurant, and we're twerking on the tables, and they're allowing it. White people don't give a fuck about you. They only want your money. If you want to act like a clown, look like a clown, we'll just take your money. Maybe we'll put some rules into place later that suggest your kind can't come in here. And it might outrule black people who do know how to act civil that may actually want to eat there. But all in all, it gives them a group view of us and a feeling of us that we don't know how to act in public. If you think that's a proper response, you're a fucking idiot. Stay away from me. Rhetoric number two seems to be that there's a video of the owner standing on the table in his restaurant in a prior event and dancing and very close to the food. Yeah, well, when it's your house, when it's your business, you can do what the fuck you want to do. That's what happens when you're the owner. Remember when your parents told you, do as I say, not as I do? Remember when they would tell you, I pay the bills here, I can do what I want? All you needed to do was respect them when they asked you not to do something. It's simple respect. When you own something, you can tell people not to do something that you may do. Until that point, follow the fucking rules. If you don't agree with that, please stay the fuck away from me. Rhetoric number three is finally that he should not have used the word fuck. Talked to my girl about this, and that was her response. Well, here's my response to that. If we're standing face to face and you poke me in my chest and my response is to stab you in your throat and watch your blood leak out, well, you probably shouldn't have poked me in my chest. Do you have an accurate argument that maybe my response should have been the equivalent of your response, that I should have poked you back or been the more civil person and just walked away? Absolutely. I'm not saying that he should have cursed. I'm saying that he would have never had to curse or addressed the entirety of the event if they would have just listened and stopped twerking in the first place. So while there's no excuse for them twerking, there is a built-in excuse for him having to curse. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had to say anything beyond when he walked up to them politely and asked them to stop. If you disagree with this, you're a fucking idiot. Stay away from me. All right. Now, the last thing I want to look at is the Kev Kev on stage, or Kev is funny, whatever. He posted a video basically mocking the gentleman, and I find it interesting because the real problem here is a lack of respect for black male masculine authority. It happens from women, it happens from men as well. As in case with the Antonio Brown situation when he disrespected Mike Tomlin, who had asked him not to film in the locker room. He then went on to two other teams with white coaches and has been a fucking model citizen. Black people have an issue with black male authority, likely because their fathers weren't in their lives at a certain point. So they're more likely to fall behind a white man and follow a white man while disrespecting a black man. The women do it, the men do it. Instead of Kev actually following along with the black man and uplifting him and saying that, hey, he's got a point, he just asked you to stop doing something, Kev decides to make fun of him. The interesting thing about it is this.
So if you think I'm here for fun and games and twerking, you are sadly mistaken. Second of all, this is a restaurant. Get off my tables twerking. This is not an episode of P-Valley, and you're not going to be getting naked and ratchet in my establishment. This is a classy restaurant where we serve Hennessy slushies, okay?
Kev made fun of him while acting in his feminine. He looks way too comfortable imitating a woman, as in he was raised by a woman and he knows how to imitate her very well. He looks really fucking comfortable doing it. The neck rolling, the snapping, the stance. He's acting like a bitch. No offense to the bitches, but Kev is acting like a bitch. And that's a because of a lack of masculinity in the homes from the black male, because they were either incarcerated or working hard. My dad was a truck driver. My mother was the more prevalent parent, except my mom wasn't a finger snapping, neck rolling type of woman. She liked to fight. So I learned how to duck punches rather than roll my neck. But what you see is a lack of masculinity in the black community, a lack of masculinity from the males, and the males that do show masculinity, they tend to have to deal with defiance from others. Respect the men that act like men in the black community. That man simply had a request at his restaurant that he can request. There was no reason for those women to defy him. There's no reason to blacklist him or whatever you want to call it that they do on social media right now, where they stop messing with it. I would gladly go and eat at that restaurant. I'm gonna fuck if he was standing on the tables or not. He could do what the fuck he want to do in his restaurant. You know what I mean? So y'all need to figure that shit out.